This is six-time IFBB Bikini Pro champion Brina Martinez, and I take ZMA5 to make sure that I get the zinc, magnesium, and vitamin B6 needed to keep my immune system healthy and snack strong.
Switching gears now, Abel, another fight coming up on pay-per-view against the undefeated and returning Errol Spence, taking on Danny Garcia. I know there's a lot of questions regarding what condition Spence is going to be in, not physically, but just mentally and his ability to be able to take punches since the accident. What do you make overall of all that, and do you think this fight is any different than what it would have been if Spence didn't have that accident?
I think I'm on record of saying that Errol Spence coming out of the Olympics and Marcus Brown coming to I thought those two guys were going to be the best of the crop of that season. And Errol Spence has proven that he is an exceptional fighter. I don't know how the accident is going to affect him mentally. Physically, he's still an exceptional athlete, and I think he's a very good fighter. And I think that Danny is Danny's a very good fighter. He's given a lot of guys some tough times, but I don't think he's on the level or on the level that Errol used to be on. I don't know if that same Errol is going to be there on Saturday night.
So break it down. Like, what do you expect from the fight? Like, how do you see it playing out?
I see Errol being too big and too strong. I see Errol being just like Terrence last week or the week before proved that there's levels in this game, and those two guys are on a different level. Danny is topped out. He's put up a very good fight with a lot of very, very good fighters, but he's just not at their level. He's one notch below.
Okay. A lot of people would say that Danny has a good chance in there with Spence. Danny and his dad have mentioned that they're going to go right to Spence. And they mentioned that Danny does have a good chance because of the counterpunching, his ability to counterpunch. And they saw the success that Porter had close range with Spence. And they think, like, well, you know, if Porter was able to do that, Danny's going to be a bit more defensively responsible and pick his shots in there.
Yeah, Porter's a very strong guy. Porter fought at 65 as an amateur, you know, at 165. Porter is a different kind of fighter than Danny is. Danny's not going to change his stripes. Danny's going to be who Danny is, and Danny's a 140 pounder, not a 154 pounder. So I think that Errol, even if it's part of Errol, even if it's 80%, I think will just be too talented for him. It'll be a good fight, but Errol will just be too talented for him.
Do you think it turns out to be a blowout like we saw with Errol and Mikey, or do you think it'll be really close and competitive like Spence and Porter?
You know, we thought that last week's fight between Terrence and Brook was going to be a competitive fight, and the talent proved everybody wrong. I think that in this fight, the talent's going to prove everybody wrong. I don't think it'll be a blowout like that, like the Kell Brook fight and Terrence fight, but I think that it'll be um, not so much an easy win, but a good fight for Errol to come back on.
Speaking of that fight, what did you make of that fight that Terrence had against Kell Brook?
I didn't see it, honestly, but I was surprised. I
You're
was really
surprised,
surprised that it
yeah?
was so easy. But then again, um, it could go back to what did Triple G take out of Kell Brook? A lot of confidence. Sometimes when guys get knocked out, the next time that there's a difficult situation and they get hit, it kind of the brain kind of reverts back to that. Your mind kind of reverts back to, did I really get hurt? Did that hurt me that much? So he got hit with. I saw a clip of him getting hit with a jab and being rocked. So did Triple G and Errol Spence take a lot out of Kell Brook? Maybe so.
Yeah, I mentioned that to Angel Garcia, and he said that, and this was his exact quote, and it was a funny quote, but it also makes you wonder too. He said that Kell Brook hasn't been the same since he took that ass whooping from Gennady Golovkin. You know, Spence mentioned it right away, like, hey, Kell got hit with the jab, and immediately he started rubbing his eye. He's like, you know, like, I don't think Kell should be fighting anymore. You as a trainer, Abel, and haven't had experience. You were there that night where Gennady broke his orbital. Do you think Kell should still continue to fight given these injuries that he's had?
Kell's had a great career, but physically, I think he's still possible for him to fight if they select the correct opponents. Maybe mentally he's not. Maybe mentally, like you just said, he rubbed his eye when he got hit. It's sometimes it's not the physical part of it; it's the mental part of it that reminds you of that, as Angel put it, that ass whipping that he got from Gennady. If that's the case, if he's having flashbacks in that way, then maybe he shouldn't be fighting. But that's not something for anybody else to question. It should be his decision and his decision only. He's got people around him that care for him, and I'm sure will counsel him. But it should be his decision. Nobody's got a right to tell who's going to work and who's not going to work.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Hub TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Hub TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.